Hello, great people. Thank you for joining us. This is the Alternative Voice, and my name is KK Cedric. And this time, what are we talking about? We are talking about Kenya closing its border with Ethiopia. Why has Kenya decided to close its border with Ethiopia? This is as a result of the unrest and insecurity that has been going on in Ethiopia for some time now, which has even led to Ethiopia being declaring a state of emergency. First off, let's have a look at this clip of what exactly is happening in Ethiopia. This is the reason why Kenya and the Ethiopia border has been closed from the information that was given out this day by the internal security. And I'll just let you have a look at this message here given by the internal security, and it reads, a statement by the government of Kenya on the security situation in neighboring countries. The government of Kenya notes with concern recent and unfolding events that disturb the peace and stability in neighboring countries and the greater East Africa region. As an immediate neighbor to some of the affected countries, Kenya may be adversely impacted on by the consequences of the event. The National Police Service has heightened security and vigilance along the Kenya borders and order in other critical areas. Citizens are advised to exercise vigilance and to participate caution and to practice caution in their surroundings. Suspected cases of hair and immigrant in the country should be immediately reported to the nearest police station. This has been signed by Bruno Isohi Shioso, who is the Director, Corporate Communications, or spokesperson of the National Police Service. This is exactly the reason that has led to the government of Kenya deciding to close its border with Ethiopia. And speaking to some friends who stay close to the border somewhere in Mayale on the Kenyan side, they say that they can see smoke and hear gunshots from the other side, but on the side of on the Kenyan side, it is very safe, and we are hoping that it shall be kept safe by that order there given by the Ministry of Internal Security through Mr. Shioso there. And this also comes with the concern of refugees. And the government has said that they are expecting an influx of refugees from Ethiopia, and from the statistics that have been received, more than 2.5 million people so far have left Ethiopia because of the war that is in there. So most of them will be expected to come to Kenya. That's why there is need to be security so that those who are allowed into the country are actually refugees who need help. And it's always good to give the help, but also maintain the security at the border. So what is exactly leading to this war that is going on in Ethiopia? This is the story behind it. So TPLF, or the Tigray People's Liberation Front, is the one that is in war with the government. That's the EDF, the government forces. The reason is this: TPLF has been in power in Ethiopia for about 30 years. And 2018, the current Prime Minister Ahmed was sworn in, and then he included a coalition government where everyone else had a share in it. But then the TPLF are not in tandem with the government because they do not agree in terms of ideology. So this is where the war comes in, because TPLF and the government, their ideologies are totally different. That is what led to the rising of this war, where Tigray is like, it is not part of Ethiopia right now, but Ethiopia is trying hard, and this is all leading to a war. For instance, the prime minister has told people, Ethiopian people, that they should take arms against TPLF. They should defend themselves and not be afraid. And this might not be a good thing, putting in mind that very many innocent people are dying through the bombing and through the gunshots and gunfights. And there are so many people who are running away from their homes. There are so many businesses have been destroyed. The United States, through their president, Joe Biden, has decided to put sanctions, especially on trade with Ethiopia, which is not occurring well to Ethiopia, and most specifically to the Tigray region where this war is mainly based. Because think of this as a sanctioned twice, because the government of Ethiopia has sanctioned Tigray. They cannot provide them with the services that they deserve. Then comes the international community that is putting sanctions on the whole of Ethiopia. That is like just too much for the ordinary person living in Ethiopia, and it's high time that the international community decides to come in and help these innocent people out, to make sure that they have access to all humanitarian services required, such as medication, food, and shelter, so that they don't suffer and die in anguish. Speaking of humanitarian assistance, the United Nations has also come up with findings which have concluded that both the Tigrayan People's Liberation Front, TPLF that is, and the EDF forces, which are the forces of the Ethiopian government, have both been they have both done bad things to the people. And these bad things that are not so human are, for instance, rape. There are instances where the United Nations has said that the TPLF forces have even done what do we call it? That is rape, and many other instances of human rights abuse to people who are related to the government forces. And the EDF of the government forces have also done much harm to the Tigrayan people, and especially to the people allied to TPLF. So it's a whole bad situation there in Ethiopia, and we are just hoping that things will come in line, because so many people are losing businesses. For instance, you can remember there is a story that some time back that ran on on Citizen TV about a former marathoner, that's a runner in Ethiopia, that is Bekelo, who is running a business, his businesses in Ethiopia. So there are many of him in Ethiopia who are doing their businesses, and it is a very bad thing to have a government in place, but now it's like not functioning. You can think of a government is coming to an extent of declaring a state of emergency. It is that bad. Ni kubaya sana. And the Kenyan side is also at a total risk of that war coming to our direction. That is, if more people keep coming in, it might fall this side. But now, from this order that you have seen here, the government is saying that they are on the task to make sure that we are very safe, and that the people living at the border, as well as those who might be allowed in, will be very safe. So that is the information we had for you this day about what is going on in Ethiopia with the Ethiopian government and in the Tigray region. Thank you very much for watching this episode. My name is KK Cedric. This is the Alternative Voice. Kindly subscribe to our channel down there. If you're watching on YouTube, please like. If you're watching on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter as well, for those who are watching us on Twitter. Also on Instagram, please follow at the _alternative_voice. Thank you for watching.